Not to hula. We may have some bold people to hula. And then we're going to use this vintage string. This vintage string, we're going to get into about, this is the stuff that's in our minds, the stuff that Kim was talking about. This is the stuff that's in our mind. And what's this at the back? This is a little pot. Seed. Okay, so this is stuff we got to get rid of and step on. But I'm grateful and honored to be here. To God be the glory, because if I don't say that, I walk out here and I never know what will happen. So I thank God for being here and the opportunity to share again. Kim is wonderful. I speak to Kim all the time, and she was just so inspired to see that her CD is done, and she did that real quick. As soon as we talked about it, she said, you know what, I'm going to go do that and I'm going to have it ready. So she had it ready. So definitely invest in Kim, because that's a big move. What she has here is awesome. So we have so much power in the room. I'm excited about that. We have a lot of power in the room. And before we just start, my story, Stacy told you the story, and I don't like to go through the bio, so I'm glad that she gave that. That's the real deal. You know, a lot of people stand up in front of the stage and they haven't even been through many of the experiences that they're talking about. But what she just said is honestly true. That's what I live for. I live to change, empower, inspire, encourage. And that's what we should live for. That's what we should do every day. If I'm not standing in my power, I can't support you. And you can't support someone else. So we have to continue to stay and stand in our power. That's right. So, yeah, that's right. So we started off with so much energy in this room. I'm pumped up. I really could run some laps around my church. I just love. So much energy in the room that I'm like, oh, I'm trying to collect my thoughts, and I don't like to write things down or what I'm going to say. I just like it to come from the heart, because that's where the honest experience comes from, the truth on how I started. How I started was just frustrated with how my life was going, being disconnected to everything, to myself. I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know my children. I didn't know what they liked. I didn't know who was allergic to what. I didn't know who liked to do what. You know, so I was just disconnected, because I was waking up as a zombie, doing something that somebody told me that I should do according to a job description. And we have youth in here, so continue to go to school, do what you have to do, get a good career. But that's just something that didn't work for me. I learned through my experiences. I learned through the errors and my trials and tribulations, and I turned those things around. I turned the fears, all of the fears that I'm going to demonstrate on the string. I turned those things around. The background singers who tell you that you can't do it, they tell you, oh, because of this, or because you didn't have a father, or because of, you know, I turned all of that around to encourage, inspire, empower other women, myself, my children. My children are involved in the process. And so I'm just excited about your future. This is 2011. We're in, what, the second quarter?
Not yet.
About to start the second quarter. So what I challenge you to do is to really think about your priorities. That's where it all starts at. It's not, well, I don't have enough time and I don't have enough money. There's a saying that says money, you need money to make money, and I think that's false. Now, a Lucinda concept, opinion is that you need creativity to make money. It's not money makes money, it's creativity, because you can have money and make more money, but you can lose it as well. But if you have creativity, you're just so rich. You're so rich in talent. It takes creativity. The other thing that I want to start before we start rolling into activities is that authenticity has no competition. There's so many great people out there, so many programs. You'll get lost in trying to go to this event and that event. But why are you here today and making sure that you get what you need out of this event, out of the 1209 event? What do you want to get from that event besides Ireland, besides seeing me and Stacy? What do you want to get out of there? I show up deliberate all the time. I'm very strategic. I know I'm making decisions in my head before I even attend, before I click the pay button. I'm making decisions in my head. Am I going to succeed? Am I going to fail? Am I going to pursue, or am I going to hold back? You know, and that's with everything. You have to make a decision. The decisions are the most important things that we can make. But because we don't have our priorities in order, we don't make the right decisions. And then we blame ourselves or other people, and then we start with the competition in our head and looking at what other people are doing and either trying to copy that or either falling off. We are authentic in our own right. God said that He will give us the land. That's our birthright, to live and live more abundantly. So there's more. It's 7 billion people on the earth. And I tell my clients all the time, there's no need to go against competition. Authenticity has no competition. Imitation is suicide. If you try to copy someone else and say, well, I want what they have. You don't want what they have because you don't want to go through what they had to go to get it. I want what Lucinda has. What God has designed and assigned for me, I want that. Because it may be greater than Oprah. It may be greater than Iyanla Vanzant. You know, I looked up, and I still do look up to Iyanla Vanzant. But I did not know on the back end all that stuff was going on. I didn't know she lost her daughter. I didn't know she was going through a man. I didn't know that she was saying, you know, she was confused about her career. And when I looked at the Oprah Winfrey video, I said, oh my gosh, wow. All I seen was this woman selling books, but she didn't make a dime from it. So I love what Lucinda's doing because Lucinda's making money the way she want to make money.
I know that's right.
So Iyanla gotta watch out, cause I'm coming right behind her. I'm picking up what you left off. You forgot that. I got that. You said you messed up with Oprah on that. Okay, so I'm contacting Oprah on that. So I'm picking up where she left off. You wrote 8 books. I'm gonna write 16 books, and they're gonna be mine. Okay? You got that $1 million advance. I want a $3 million advance, but it's still gonna be mine. So I'm learning from the people that I watched. I watched her. I give it all to her. She empowered me at 16 years old when she started out with her free events in the hotels. I was there, 15 years old, sitting in the seats like, yes, value in the valley. I'm in the valley. But I didn't have any real issues. But then again, I did. You know, these kids go through some really grown-up things, and we have to be able to stand in our power, make positive decisions, have our priorities straight in order to encourage, empower, inspire, and uplift this younger generation. So it's a bigger game that we need to play. It's bigger than our business. So I say to God every day, besides, how can you use me? I tell him, you know, it's all about you, none of me. All you, none of me. Because if I get in the mix, I'm going to get scared. I'm going to get scared because it's a white man in a suit. I'm going to get scared because she's successful. I'm going to get scared because he said I couldn't. I'm going to get scared because I owe a few bills. So all of you, none of me. Let me just move in the direction that you have laid out. If you want me to talk, I'll talk. You want me to speak, I'll speak. But I'm not going to give up, and Monique should know this, Nicole should know this, even Kim, because they're part of the coaching circle, is I'm not giving up my time, my undivided attention, or my intellectual property. My time, my undivided attention, and my intellectual property.
Write it down.
For free.
Write it down.
It's not a no free zone. I posted it on the Facebook. I said I'm not going to be in the no free. This is a no free zone.
Put a ring on it.
And we give that up too many times. We give up our time. We give up our intellectual capital, the books we've read, the seminars we've attended, the notes we wrote, the tears we cried. You know, we give that stuff up, but that stuff is of value. That's what creates the CD. That's what creates my book. That's what creates my programs. So where's your signature? What does your signature look like? If you hold on to that stuff and utilize it and learn how to market it out and assemble it, how do we turn passion into profits? Because you could be a poor, passionate person. Or you could be a profitable, passionate person. Well, the difference is a big difference. There's a big difference. It's action and steps. But the big difference is what actions are you taking, what steps are you making? Not action steps, but what actions are you taking and what steps are you making?